Hello and welcome to another new arrivals video. Let's start with the new items, and let's start with the Knipex. This was the Christmas gift I got from Knipex this year. It's the belt clip with a 125mm Cobra and their electrician's knife. And they sent this as a gift to lots of Swedish Instagrammers and such this year, so it's a really nice gift. They sold it as a Christmas gift set also. Do I still have the box? So this was the Christmas bundle gift set. A nice little kit. Good things to have on the belt with a Cobra and a knife. And these pouches are really good also. With more storage for like pens or small screwdriver and stuff like that. So that was a gift, and that's why this video is marked as sponsored. And then we have stuff I have bought myself, like the 150mm pliers wrench. So if you're watching my channel, you probably know about the pliers wrench by now. And I expanded with more sizes, the 150 and 125mm. I didn't have those previously. So the 150 is still, yeah, it's a good competitor to the 180 for size. 125 really is one step smaller. Before the 100mm that came out this year, I guess this really was a EDC type size, but you still have lots of capacity, much more than the torque you can get with this short handle. And that was Knipex. We can go on to Milwaukee. Their stubby screwdrivers added to the collection. And these, I'd say, aren't anything special. Taiwan made, just some 2-component stubby screwdrivers. And the fastback, this one I know many people like. It's a folding knife with a belt clip. No extra functions apart from that. And the thing with these is the snap action opening. You hold the button and then you can just flip it open. So yeah, nice little knife. And let's see, yeah, pliers. These French made Stanleys, Fat Max, diagonal cutters, side cutters. I got them just because I wanted to try the French made or Boss made, or yeah, Stanley Black & Decker made pliers, and they look decent. Quite sharp edges, very little rounding down there, so that's definitely the biggest negative. Visible induction hardening area, good grinds, decent amount, some resistance in the joint, but that should probably work loose, and 2-component handles. And yeah, Felo ESD precision screwdriver set. So there's 4 slotted and 2 Phillips sizes. And I wanted an ESD safe set, and this one came up at a good price. So that's that. And 12mm Ghidorah hex bit, 1/2 inch, just to fill out the set of Ghidorah hex bits, and then some cheaper tools. We start with this one. It was a gift, Ampro bottle opener. Ampro it's not Swedish, it's a Taiwanese brand, but it's common in Sweden because it's sold by one of the big industrial supplier. And this nice little bottle opener is a neat addition to the collection, and a collection to the 10mm wrenches, the Handtools ones, just because since I have the stubby and the ratchet. Otherwise Handtools isn't really my brand, but yeah, it was a cheap little wrench to add to the collection. And the even more cheap item, Meek, I think it should be pronounced, tools. That's again the house brand of a Swedish DIY store, Jula. And this is a really cheap little Chinese tool, but again a little collection edition just because it was little money and easy. And a set of small clamps, bar clamps and spring clamps, Bahco branded Chinese made stuff. Something to have because you can never have enough clamps. And then we have some used items, and let's start with more knives. We have this first old Mora knife. This is the old style, Viking style, worn but not worn out, could be sharpened again. And this KG one in slightly better condition, and both of these brands doesn't exist anymore. They are part of the Mora kniv nowadays. And screwdrivers, an Ixion Stanley type push screwdriver. The spring to open it is broken, it seems. It doesn't spring open anymore, you have to pull it open and such. And no kind of originally this on this one I haven't, but clearly fully a Stanley clone, or a Yankee clone, so to say. And more screwdrivers, an old Volvo toolkit screwdriver, some Bahcos, another Bahco, and this one was fun, a 7mm socket driver, only marked West Germany, and Viha, older wooden handle, slotted screwdriver. This one without any maker, but with the Swedish military mark on it. And this Galo flex socket driver for hose clamps, basically. Bear grip, Holland. So another of these Dutch drivers, bit worn and with paint on it, unfortunately. And this Phoenix Contact branded Vera, older insulated style screwdriver, with the made in Germany on this little, I don't know what to call it, ferrule perhaps. some sort of special tip. That was the screwdrivers, I think. Let's move on to one more screwdriver. This one was a new brand for me. What was it said? Voltarit, I think. So yeah, little small screwdrivers. And pliers was it. We're going to start talking about all. Yeah, let's take this one first, and then we can take on the pliers. This little like edging and what do you call it? Panel strips kind of thing. Baker bar with the one sharp end and one straight end and a nail puller. That's made in Beredskapsfabriken, Töreboda at least. So yeah, know nothing about it, but it's a neat little tool that might actually come in handy. And pliers it was. These NWS Techno Plus water pump pliers. So it's an alligator style. Yeah, not much to say about them. A good construction, another addition to the collection. And these little round nose with tiny little single component ergonomic handles and screw joint. Mill bar, stripping pliers, US made. The print is coming loose, but they're stamped to the other side. And doesn't seem to be that worn. So yeah, a neat little find. And continuing with the stripping pliers, these Bahco, Swedish made. So this is before all of these styles turned into mostly cheap ones, I guess. But yeah, standard crimping pliers with the cheap kind of crimping pliers with stripping and crimping and bolt cutting and other crimping and cutting. Fun that they're Swedish made, I think. Hit, an older pair of Japanese pliers. Good condition overall, except for the handles that's cracked. But the pliers themselves are not fully worn out, at least. But yeah, it's a shame about the nice translucent handles. Aviation tin snips. Fully metal pair. This bolt seems to have been replaced. I'd say. We have a little logo there. Hugo Lindberg. Deltawork Solingen. And yeah, the nice hefty pair. And total opposite of these ones. Stamped steel pair of scissors, something like that, like Talon, made in New Zealand. So that's my first New Zealand tool that I can think of. So that was really interesting about these. But yeah, not confidence inspiring pair of tools otherwise, I'd say. More Knipex. These dipped insulation side cutters, diamond cutters, but unfortunately broken tips. But the cutting edges otherwise seemed okay. So yeah, a shame about that. Berg combination pliers with these self-made hose handles. Really much rust pitting, unfortunately, but yeah, just another pair of old Berg combinations. And now I'm not sure, am I getting into stuff I've shown in previous videos but forgot to... I'll show it again, and if I have shown this you will have to see it again or quit watching the video. This huge pair of Knipex O2s. Yeah, I have shown this before, haven't I? But anyway, 250 millimeters metal handles. Quite a big for a pair of combination pliers, like compared to the more regular 175 millimeter size. So yeah, but they're not that thick. They're still not really comparable to a hefty pair of electricians linesman pliers. A Lindström pair of this kind of, I don't know what to call it, wire strippers, but complete with the set screw and the spring, and one of those is usually missing, but the edges, cutting surfaces are a bit worn, but still a neat little pair. And this one is what makes me think that, yeah, I've shown this before, haven't I? But the pliers wrench, so to say. So this is like a really old version of a pliers wrench with parallel jaws and such many sizes. And this is made in Sweden, patent by B&O Libergs Liberg factory, Rosenfors, Sweden. Rosenfors Skogstorp. Yeah. So it's Rosenfors Forge in Skogstorp city. So that was in Eskilstuna, another city you're familiar with if you're into Swedish tools. And yeah, really neat example for the adjustable wrench, vintage adjustable wrenches. And this crown and an E, not sure about maker, but I think this is cobbler type of pliers, like you pull something, yeah, and two nail pullers in the handles. And lastly, these old Lindström farriers pliers with a hammer and pullers and screwdrivers in the ends. Really worn though, but yeah, still something. So that was that. Thanks for watching.